Hello, 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 and welcome to this final boss fight live stream of D&D. My name is John, and I am joined by Tanny.
Hola.
By Sean.
I wonder why John sounded like one of those automated, helpline things at the beginning there. We are doing this thing now.
Damn, I've been rumbled.
Also, Marvel. Come on, how the duck. Come on.
Now the duck, please hurry.
By Kiri.
Hello, everyone.
And by Richard.
Hello.
And we are here to play some D&D. Jeff will be along soon, but he's just turned 470.
So he's very old.
His 111th birthday.
And he's trying to get up the steps. Taking a long time.
He's trying to find his next victim so he can stay young forever. He'll be a wild guy. So
Trying to find a place where he's in the frame. It's a lot of.
So
if we can just keep making elderly jokes for a while, he'll get here for that.
We just gotta get past the. We just gotta get past the first minute for the YouTube lot, and we're good.
It's a good thing that editing Jeff doesn't see this bit, because these don't get edited. Hey, Wally451 has just come in and shared 41 bits that apparently breaks our bit announcement. And Sean waves. Hi, Sean. And I also notice at this point the chatbot has gone to sleep, so I'm going to wake the chatbot up.
Wake the fuck up!
Because then I'll be able to see all the chatting. Sean comes in with the dancing crab emote.
How
brave.
Last time, well, I mean, I haven't been doing these for this game. Who wants to take the last time? Who remembers what happens?
Left tap on the Walking Dead.
So I can take it. I have a pretty good memory of what happens. Brim has notes. I promise. We're all in a room with two dead bodies.
One of them's on fire still.
One of them was on fire still?
Yeah, that's why there's a light source in this room bigger than the candle.
No, he's doing the recap right at the beginning.
Ah, right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning.
From the beginning, John.
Sorry.
Right at the beginning.
Sorry, you're in a room. You're in a room still with two bodies.
Jesus.
Jesus Christ!
I got too far ahead.
But it's a bigger room, so we're in a better situation.
It is a bigger mood. It is a bigger.
Sorry, you were in your hotel room with two dead bodies.
Yes, we were in a hotel room with two dead bodies over a very nice bed and breakfast place.
What a party!
Who their little theme item got stolen, so we're recovering that. But we had a little bit of panic. Went to go out to meet Torga Icevein, who turned out to be, well, we're past the minute, so I could say a little bit of a bitch. Turns out that the person in the sack, one of the bodies is in a sack, was in the sack, and was actually worth quite a bit to Torga, as it is a fun little bounty that she's turning in.
Let me just interrupt you for a second there and say that Pendragon Nomad has just cheered for 3 bits, saying, "Yay! D&D Pride Flag Wave."
Wonderful.
Oh dear.
And then rolls a 1 on a D100.
Then roll a 1 for the luck check. So.
Yeah, and then. After sort of that was sort of steered up, and negotiations kind of got underway. we kind of broke our business off with Torga. She got her stuff back, and we killed one of her bodyguard. It's fine. Who was also a murderer. We snuck his body out of town. Cherish has been getting some calling back to the Duergar Fortress, which is what we're here now, through several uses of disguise self, and most of us acting like prisoners. We got the jump on a couple of them, killed 2 of them. There's an ogre in a cage. There's an ogre zombie in a cage. The head bad guy, who is the son of the leader of the Duergar clan in these mountains, has just run away like a coward after turning invisible.
One of the dead Duergar is still on fire.
Yeah, one of the dead Duergar is on fire.
There we go.
It's just making light for us, guys. We kind of need it, so don't blame us.
No. We don't need it.
AJ
One
needs
of
it.
I think. Yeah. Also, AJ is blind. Haha. No dark vision.
There's always one.
Let's
always
all bully the
fucking one.
bird.
It's all fun and it's all fun and games being these other races until you realise you don't have dark vision, and then it's really annoying.
It's
You know,
the
every time I think of a bird, I'm just thinking, you just responded my flight of fight situation, and I'm a flightless bird. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that's everything that happened.
I think that pretty much wraps everything up nicely with what was happening. You have also found one of the items that was stolen from the town was a pair of goats, and there is a pair of goats in a cage in the room you are in.
Next to the zombie ogre, yeah.
Next to the zombie ogre.
I don't understand why they let it have weapons.
It does have weapons. It's dumb.
Wait, what?
I would
has
point out.
weapons?
Yeah,
I
it
would-
has weapons.
Yes,
It's got
it's
a
more of a
morning star.
morning
It
star.
hit
Yeah.
you with a morning star.
Yeah.
I thought it just picked me up and smacked me one, or smacked me one.
Yeah, you know what it smacked you with? A morning star.
Morning Star.
That's a new thing now, guys. You know what I smacked you with? A morning star.
I would say that
my
recap missed out Dax's brilliant negotiations. Which
Ah,
got us some
yes.
armor
Yes.
that helps detect dragons when they're about 5 feet away from you.
120.
120. That's
not
pretty
nothing.
good in a snowstorm. That's pretty good in a snowstorm, I think.
Will be useful. It just I feel it'll be useful, and if we really feel it's not going to be useful, we can flog it. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Sell it, probably.
Yeah. We can sell it, and some other adventurer can make use of it.
Oh boy, I can sense dragons now. Oh, a dragon!
Oh my!
I don't know why it was Pinocchio from the Shrek film.
When we go back, let's tell everyone we saw a dragon, a really mean dragon. It was like
We
called
don't want
once
to
above
panic
it.
them.
Oh no!
Yeah, we do.
God, the mountains were full of dragons. On a
Yeah.
completely side note, we have this armor that can detect dragons.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing? At the moment, I believe Carrion is still about 25 feet up in the air,
Yeah.
I am.
right at the ceiling sort of level.
I am.
Should we take a moment to kill this zombie ogre? Because I feel like if we go, oh, it's in a cage, it's fine. We'll come back later on and we'll be attacked by a zombie ogre who managed to get out of his cage.
Yeah.
Or
You're not
you know, the zombie
wrong.
ogre will eat the goats. So
Yeah.
You're not wrong, and I don't like it anyway. So
Yeah, and I feel that no matter what other way we go, there's the chance that some Duergar bastards
Yeah.
come in and beat
Brim
it
and
kill
Brim and Dax.
Aye.
It is about this point you hear the sound of a door opening in this direction.
in what direction? I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Over here.
Over
here.
here.
Here, and over here.
ah,
And
I think.
you start to hear
I think-
footsteps coming.
That means people with feet.
You know, I think we're about to have company. Cherish, do you want to step to the other side of the zombie ogre so that
Where? To the goats?
no, to us, so that we've got, well, actually, most of us are fighting folk. Never mind, stay where you are. I'm gonna try and move, like, over to here,
Okay.
or, well, like, here, just to see if I can see what's going on. Although I don't
Completely
see.
different mode, I'm just going to open up my character sheet.
Oh, there's a Duergar. Oh,
Remind me, is the two people that disguise self as Duergar, are they still Duergar, or has that dropped?
well, it's not concentration, so I imagine it's still up unless y'all actively dispelled it.
Yeah.
I'd say it'd still be up.
I don't think AJ dispelled theirs, so.
No.
But also,
So-
he is coming around the corner to see the flaming body on the floor.
Yeah, there's not much. There's not much we can do.
Why don't the disguised Duergar lie down as if we're being attacked, and when they come to help us, we stab them, and you guys all jump out and.
It's a
What?
bit late. One of them's seen me.
What are you guys? What are you doing in here?
Some sort of accent over here.
And yeah, just gonna select you all.
Was my assumption of opening the turn tracker accurate?
Yeah, it's just. Oh, his name is Broke.
Broik?
Broik.
Broik?
Broik.
Bork?
I want to say.
We like saying Bork. Bork, Bork, Bork.
Well, it's
I am
it's
not
not
Bork.
I'm
Bork,
assuming
it's
that's a
not
stop.
like that.
If you would be so kind as to roll your initiatives, please.
No, thank you.
Oh,
Why do I keep getting good initiative?
You're
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking wizard as well. Alright. Better be a rolling and then a 1.
And that was nearly a 1. That was so close. to a
everyone
1.
goes before Broik.
Bork. I
This
swear,
doesn't
you
look
say-
good
it's
for
like-
Brick.
This doesn't
Well-
look good for Broik.
This
Looks like
doesn't look good for Bork.
goodbye, sweet Broik.
We love
Bork.
you, Bork.
Broik. There's a J sound there, I think.
It's like judging by his position, I think it's supposed to be a soft J, but I don't think it works as a soft J, so it might be Brodrick. Brodrick.
What if it's just Brock?
Dax.
Okay. Disguised as a Duergar, I'm going to move.
Okay.
It won't let me move. Oh, there I'm moving. There we go. And I'm going to say, everything's okay. And then I'm going to point and go, oh my god, look over there. And if he looks, I'm going to shoot him with my arrow. And even if he doesn't look, I'm still going to shoot him with an arrow.
Fuck's sake.
What a tactic.
Roll me a persuasion check.
For real.
Literally, I want to see this shit.
Persuade.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. He looks round.
Okay.
Wow.
Dax.
I'll give you advantage at this arrow.
Yeah.
If only you were a rogue.
No.
That was well impressive as well.
That's
Literally got him to turn around.
it's
Insane.
It's what's behind you?
I mean, it was only an option because I looked like a like if you guys had done it. Ooh.
Just, look,
Ooh.
a convenient distraction.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, that hits. Just click on the plus sign in the chat to just roll at advantage to see if we get a crit.
Nope.
Nope.
We doing?
Amazing.
Still, max damage though. That's
Right.
pretty nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's a nice damage. But
Is he dead?
he's not dead.
He is sad.
I'm gonna shout, Bjork.
We don't know his
You
name.
you don't actually
know
know
his
his
name.
name.
We don't know his name.
Yeah, I just chanced it.
Just chanced that his name happens to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. That person I was pointing at shot you with an arrow.
Are you blaming this on me?
No. The person I said look out for. Like I pointed it to nobody and said, "Look over there." Oh my god.
Let me get this right.
saying-
You pointed behind him. He looked. He got shot in the back.
So that
He's
means
not.
when he turns
he's
around,
not buying
the
it.
arrow will be coming from behind him.
Yeah.
and
It'll all
it'll
make
look like
sense.
a touch.
He's not buying that.
Yeah.
You can say it, but he's not buying it.
This was a good bit, y'all.
AJ is gonna move to a place where they can see. AJ's gonna get to there. How far can AJ go? 30 feet. That's 25 counted by this explosion, so. AJ's gonna get to here where they can just about see on the edge of the candle Bjork. And we're gonna go with a featherfall. No, that wouldn't work.
That's right. I'm going to resist falling damage at you.
Haha! We're gonna go with a dissonant whispers at 2nd level. It's not a great roll.
No.
But, I mean, he doesn't. And he then has to use his. Must immediately use his reaction to move his speed away, which is 25 feet. So he just darts back out the door, just been shot once, the arrow's still lodged in him, whispers just, and he just runs away.
He's like, hey, you're a bitch.
Carrion.
I am going to hold phone. I am going to
Holding phone.
as far as I can fly. I can see.
Yeah.
How far away is he? 50. What can I do that's 50 feet? That preferably doesn't cost too much to do. Your range? You're 120 feet. I'll use you. I feel like just fucking pelting him with a magic missile. Just fuck it.
Okay.
There's a regular 120 missile. So at one dart, it's
3 darts at 1st level.
3 darts at first level. So another 2 plus 2. It's 1d4 plus 1. 3. 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that much damage at him.
And as the darts hit into his back, he just boom, collapses to the ground. Tanny, could you do me a favor and just roll me a d20?
Yes. I'm about to say something very, very wrong. I had to stop myself. Roll D20. 13.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Oh no.
Everything's cool.
Everything's
doesn't
fine. This is fine.
Yeah, everything's fine.
Fine.
Everything's fine.
Terrifying.
I don't know. There's a lot of assurances that everything's fine. I'm thinking it's not fine.
Well, that fight is over, and we're going to go back to the peaceful music time. And we're going to say, what do you want to do? Do you want to carry on the discussion of finishing off the zombie ogre?
I just think we should kill it and then it's done.
As soon as I've landed, and I've immediately started scribbling notes in my notebook about the ogre.
Yeah, let him do his thing, because he might not get the chance.
You can go ahead and kill him, but I just, I'm just making notes.
I'll shoot some arrows at it.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll, or are we just going to assume that I managed to kill it eventually?
Just battle of attrition.
I mean, eventually you are able to kill it, so...
Yeah.
We'll assume that if you spend the time here to do it, it takes a while. He has got a lot of health, and if nobody else helps...
There's no one else helping.
Arian will eventually help and just pepper him with fire bolts and stuff, just to.
Eventually, between you take him down. It does take a while. He has a lot of hit points, which is an abstraction you guys don't know about in the game world. Obviously,
he's a big old boy.
He's very hardy. And eventually you get him down, and you think you've got him, and then he just kind of burbles back to life again once, and you knock him down again, and eventually he stays down.
Yeah. Once he's down, I'm going to take one of his big custom teeth.
Okay.
Because I want it. There.
Cool.
Because once again, don't care if it gets broken or anything. I'm just going to
you just rip it out of his...
Just get anything sharp and just fucking try to lever it out.
That's fair.
And put it in my bag of special things.
Okay.
My collection of assorted crap.
Do we know what direction the leader Duergar went?
You know that he came from this direction.
We did hear his feet patter off, but we didn't. Well, obviously, we're in the middle of combat, so.
We dealt with.
You can roll me a perception to see if you noticed which way his feet went when he left.
I'd like to get in on that if I could.
Yeah.
I don't think I have to.
That was a fucking journey, that one.
You would both vaguely remember his feet disappearing back off the way they came.
He went that way.
Should we head that way then?
I guess take the serpent off at its shoulders. I guess.
I think if we can get rid of him, then maybe the rest of them will crumble. But either way, he's probably the most dangerous one. So let's go after him.
I mean, how many?
Dash! Dash!
What?
What's going on?
I can't move.
You are moving.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just it had a bit of a lag. There we go. I'm free! Oh, I just stepped on
Who wants to drag the burning body so that AJ can see?
AJ still has a candle. You enter, Brim and Cherish, a large room, a long room divided in the middle by two open doorways. At the far southwest corner, an iron lever sticks out of the wall.
No.
That so looks like a trap.
Over here.
Before anyone pulls the lever, and I look at Carrion and Snicket,
Oh, the lever's drunk!
let's decide what we think we should do about this.
I mean, I can send Jives in.
We could just
who's
ignore it.
Jives?
It looks like the passage. It looks like the
He's
passage keeps going. We could just.
He's my little servant. I can make him go in.
Oh, okay, maybe we could do that.
Hi.
I mean, but we could just ignore the lever. We could just ignore it.
We could just ignore it and
But I'm rather curious.
But what if the guy
I mean-
came this way? What if, like, and he uses that lever to open the door and he goes,
Well, if we look for him and we don't find him, and there's nowhere else he could have gone down this way, then we come back and do the lever.
okay, that seems reasonable.
Right.
I'm so suspicious of this room. Right. Okay. He's walking around.
That's a door that's open, yeah?
That is a
Or
door that is
closed?
open.
Okay.
You are looking through the door into an open room. A stone-carved bed and desk occupy this drab room. Atop the desk are several shards of dark crystal, as well as a crumpled-up piece of paper and a burlap sack draped over a glowing object that appears to emit coloured lights that shift from blue to green to red.
Maybe we shouldn't all go in. Maybe we should,
know.
because we don't know
I
where
was
he
I'm just gonna
went.
stand out here. It's fine. You guys go in. You guys-
I'll just look,
I'll stay with Carrion.
and I just. What's that word? I'm looking for a word. It's like look, but I'm not gonna like get in there.
You're gonna perceive, but you're not gonna investigate.
Not until I see something that's very
I'm gonna
interesting.
peruse.
Not the glowing object with the burlap sack over it.
I'm tempted.
I'm teasing.
The glow goes green, and then shifts to red.
Where is it?
Just on a desk.
Shift to red. So I'm just gonna slowly approach the thing.
Okay.
Just
On top
have a
of the
look.
desk, there is a crumpled bit of paper, whatever this thing is that's covered by the burlap sack, and you see several shards of dark crystal.
Can I roll anything to see if I might recognize this type of crystal?
Yes. You can make me an Arcana check.
Oh boy. My Arcana is only a +1.
You got an extra
Oh!
You look at the shards on the table, and amongst the several pieces of ordinary glass,
Right.
there are three dagger-sized shards of Shardalen.
Shardalen.
Ooh.
You recognize this to be a crystalline composition which is malleable, making it the ideal raw material for those who can fashion items from things.
It's a real shame I was brought up a cook.
Tempting.
Just scoop it all into a bag.
I do that.
Okay.
I mean,
What
there's
is
a handy
this?
burlap sack there.
Yeah.
There's a really handy burlap sack there.
I'm gonna grab the sack.
Okay.
I don't know why there's a handy burlap sack, so I'm gonna pick up the so-called handy burlap sack. I'm gonna.
Do you
slowly,
pick it up with what's inside it still inside it, or do you...
I just see what's inside first, just in case.
There is a
The
lantern.
memory gets onto your face.
Oh.
Lantern?
There is a lantern, and as you pick it up and look at it, the light shifts from red to blue again.
Oh, that's the one that I went shift to red. Okay.
Ah, it's got the LGBT lights.
Hey!
And then as you look at it, it slowly shifts from blue to green again.
Tilt's head. Oh.
Only RGB. I got it.
So I kind of hold on. I just put the lamp on the side and put the crystals in the bag.
Okay.
And
The lamp shifts from green to red.
I just look at it and say, "You don't like that, do you?"
Is this the
It's like
lamp
kind of
from the place that we were trying to, that had a lamp stolen or something, or
Yeah, that might be the lamp.
Also,
It's razor.
Hey, birthday boy!
happy birthday.
Her birth! Her birth! We're stealing things.
Yay!
Come join in on the birthday ceiling.
We should.
Because I'm assuming everyone's like quite quiet. I'm assuming that is the lantern that it belongs to the tavern.
Most likely, aye.
Yeah.
It changes from red to blue.
Does the change? Does it seem random, the change of colour, or is there a pattern to it, or is it change when we do something, or?
It seems very much just like it's shifting through the colours at regular intervals.
Alright.
I figured it was like because it was trying to have a conversation out of us. This is how it responds in some way. Okay, so you know what? I'm also gonna put the lantern.
I see what you're doing, Jeff.
I think I'm also gonna grab. I don't know why Dak's sitting on top of the desk.
Well, I can't see a desk. I can just mine's all grey.
Yeah, they didn't actually draw the desk or bed into the artwork.
So I add the crystals in, and I add the lantern in, and I just. Is there anything else there that seemed to pique my interest, John? Is it okay if I roll an investigation?
Roll me a perception check.
Could I help Tani as I am there?
You can. You can roll with advantage, Tanny. So if you hover over it in the chat window, you've got the little plus sign on it.
Yep. My 18's better.
You do notice something else tucked away in a corner that's almost looks like it's been put there and forgotten about.
Which corner?
I'm going to say it's in this corner.
I go to it.
There is a great axe.
Ooh.
Fashioned. Ooh.
I like great axes.
Everyone loves a good
Fashioned.
great axe.
Great
It's
axes.
just, look at that. It's just
Sorry,
Fashioned
God, what-
from iron.
Ooh.
This is an axe originally of dwarven make.
Hey.
It is slightly smaller than most great axes. But it does look familiar to you, Cherish, and actually also to Dax if he's in the room.
I am in the room. Looks familiar to me.
You would have both seen this in a painting in Bryn
Cherish's
Shandar.
father's- Was that in the?
This was in
Cherish's
that
father's?
painting, yes.
Yes. That's the same axe in the painting I saw. You know that guy that picked it up.
Yeah. Let's take it.
Okay, I grab it.
Name your
Okay.
birthright.
Shit.
Remember who you are.
Tanny.
Cherish. Oh.
Luke, I am your father.
Cherish, you take up the axe, and I'm going to say you're attuned to it now.
Straight off the bat.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Got that speedy quick.
Really quick, yeah.
This axe, this great axe, is called Netherlight.
Oh, interesting name.
It will never light up.
Netherlight.
Nether, as in Nethel.
Yes.
Nether. Oh.
It lights
Well.
up the nether.
While wielding Netherlight, members of your family, Cherish, gain advantage on initiative checks. If you make an attack roll with Netherlight that is a 19 or 20, you can force the target of the attack to make a strength saving throw, DC 14. On a failed save, the target is pushed 10 feet from you in a direction of your choosing, in addition to the damage the Netherlight deals, and that is its current effects.
Oh, so it gets bigger. It gets stronger. Well, is it just me? Or was John breaking up a little bit? To everyone?
Yes. I thought it was just me, but yeah, it was very cutting in and out.
I'm getting breaking up on nearly everyone.
I'm getting breaking up from you as well, Sean. I think Discord might be having a bit of a problem.
Mm.
We are robots.
We are robots.
Beep boop.
Right. Keep an eye out, guys.
So did you get all of the properties of Netherlight, Tanny?
Yeah, I'm assuming you'll add it to my inventory later on.
I will add it to your D&D Beyond and then import it into the game and make sure that it's set up. But yes, you have Netherlight now.
Huh.
John, in this room, was there a desk? Did someone say?
There was a desk, yes. There is a desk sort of in this general vicinity.
Can I open the drawers and stuff, or has that been done?
No. But there is a piece of paper on top of the desk that is just a crumpled piece of paper.
I'll uncrumple it.
Do you speak Dwarven?
Ooh, I don't.
If only we knew someone!
Not even sure.
If only someone in this adventuring party was some sort of dwarf.
Oh, the call is getting really robotic for everybody.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Okay, everybody out and back in again.
Okay,
Bye.
see ya.
Marco.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh no.
Bono.
Marco.
We appear to have lost
What?
Richard. There he
Richard.
is.
Okay, I think we're good.
I think it's better to me, possibly?
It sounds better. You're not all me.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like any other problems.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Where are languages on this?
It's attributes. Just a quick show of hands. Who doesn't speak Dwarvish? Because I do.
I speak Dwarvish.
I actually don't have any language on.
Mm.
that I
You
know of.
don't have any languages?
You're infernal.
Oh, you're speaking Dwarvish
I'm
then.
just infernal. Just
Yeah.
Infernal and common.
No,
That's all
I've
you
got
get?
I've got common, infernal, sylvan, and deep speech.
giant, common, sylvan, elvish.
AJ can do
So
common and primordial.
So it's just me
Right,
and
I'll enter the room. She needs someone who speaks Dwarvish?
Well, I mean, would I know it was dwarvish?
It looks very angular.
Yeah, see if you can read this for him.
And he was a
dwarf.
dwarf.
So I'll pass it to Brim.
Brim,
Aye.
you are handed a note that's written in charcoal.
Right.
Remember to buy milk.
Does it
Brother.
just say pranked on it? Sorry.
Brother, you will find me on the... And then there's a smudge.
God damn it.
From this new base, the search for Shardalen continues. Long may our father reign in this dark land. Dearth.
You'll find me at the... it's written in charcoal. Is there another bit of paper on this desk?
I'll look. I'll go back to the desk and have a look.
I'm wondering if I can do like a. I'm wondering if I can use the like. There's a specific way that you can get you can get like what something even if the writing's like smudged or like partially destroyed. There's a way if you get like if you get another piece of paper and like sort of tightly press, you can get basically like you'd be using it like a printer from the indents, the writing, depending on how hard they push down on the charcoal.
You can find another piece of paper in the desk drawers.
Can I attempt to decipher what the smudge bit is with the other piece of paper using the thing that I
Roll
just
me-
described in very vague terms?
Roll me an investigation check to see if you're able
Thank you so much.
to work out what the missing piece of text is.
I'm not a smart person, but I will take it anyway. Perfectly average down the road. It's 10.
You attempt, but it does not translate.
Stick it. You
Yes.
can you see what that says? That's much there.
So I let me go wrong.
You can make me an investigation check, but the DC is higher.
Okay. Here we go.
I'm afraid
Not
that
higher.
you got higher, but not higher than the success required. You attempt, but with this, the paper is destroyed.
Oh.
You remember what the note says, but not what was underneath the smudge.
I'm sure it wasn't important.
It's just the location of him, because we met Dirth. That was the guy who was here, right?
You don't know the guy's name that was here.
Oh, true. I just know his dad. Right, we should get out of here, or at least collect the other two things, the goats, and then there was one other thing that was missing. Hi, the goats, the lantern,
we got
and
some beads. I want to say beads. Was it beads?
It was a
Can we-
pearl.
can we check the desk very quickly?
Yeah.
If there's any like
There's drawers
drawers.
and stuff, yeah.
There are drawers. Roll me an investigation check again.
I'll help whoever's.
Okay,
Doing
well, I'll do a roll, and then if you're help, I'll get advantage.
Yeah. Oh, that was so close to a natural one.
It was on a tip for me. It was like on an edge between a 9 and a 19.
I mean, I'd say roll for the advantage, but really it's,
Yeah, I'm
It's
not going to get.
kind of a moot point at this point.
Yeah.
You go through the drawers and you find a bag of beads and pearls.
Oh, there you go.
I thought you were going to say a bag of bees.
A bag of bees.
Yay!
You also find a coin purse, containing 24 gold pieces and 17 silver.
Nice.
Okay. So, from the way we've been doing it in the past, we're all sharing all the money, apart from Carrion, who was being difficult. So I think
No,
we should check.
I kept one gem for myself.
Yes, we shall share that out amongst the group. So is it 24 gold and 12 silver?
17 silver.
Oh,
It's
17 silver and 24 gold.
yeah,
That's about.
How many of us are there again? 6.
6.
Yes, 4 and
That's 2 silver, 4 gold, and 5 silver left over.
We should have like a
There is a party fund.
yeah. We should put it in the party fund. So it's 4 gold each then.
Oh damn it! Hang on, that was infernal. That's not help anyone.
Carrion just
2 silver, 4 gold, and then it's 5 silver left over from the.
Into the party fund it goes.
Who's carrying the party?
Brem, because he's more of the...
Brim. Definitely, absolutely, 100% Brim.
What? What's me?
Who's carrying the party fund?
It's me.
It's apparently Bram.
It's me. I'll keep track of it.
It's not that I think people would steal it so much. I think some people might get carried away with some things.
Party fund. FDF. What's the current total of the party fund? Do we know?
We had
5 silver.
5 silver. Nice. Awesome.
Alright, I think... Are we done here then?
Are you
unless you
done
want
here?
I mean,
Are we
I,
done
I,
here?
I thought we'd go and kill a lot of them, personally. I thought we've kicked their ass so far. I thought we'd just go
Well,
clear the place out.
Cherish,
Let's
do you
save
think
some
you
for
have
later.
everything?
Yeah, I've... got a bag. I think we just found the lantern. I take the lantern. Cherish takes the lantern out. I think this is from the tavern that the sisters needs.
Right, well, we got everything, so we can
Well,
just.
we
And I
could get a
found
castle.
I just found some crystals as well. What is the name of them again, John?
Shardalen.
Chardalen.
That's what was on the note about what they were looking for. So this seems to be the key thing here.
But for someone who was so keen on getting away from us and escaping, he didn't take any of the valuables with him.
Well, maybe he hasn't escaped. Maybe he's just to get the rest of his friends.
I mean, he went this way.
Maybe we should try that lever.
Sure. Yeah. Let's do it. And I guess I flip the lever.
One second.
Now I flip the lever.
Okay. You flip the lever, and Dax and Carrion, there is a large metal slamming shut sound.
As everyone in the room is sliced in two.
As a large metal barrier slams down in the two doors, and spikes.
Oh, for the love of gods. What did you just do?
And I flip the lever back up.
And does it?
The barrier retracts into the ceiling, the spikes
Wait,
folding
where's
back
coming
into
from here?
place.
Yes. No, over here.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's coming from over here. I
I'm
wouldn't be
so
what-
jelly
This is,
thought.
it's a fucking panic room, but again, it just doesn't there's
Just kind of-
nothing.
Peeps around the corner. How'd it go?
Again, wouldn't
if
if you were panicking and going this way,
Yeah.
surely you would have triggered that to
You'd
stop
come in
us
here,
from-
set off your panic. Yeah.
Aye.
Is Karen still invisible, or is he uninvisible?
Oh no,
I've been invisible for the entire time.
he uninvisibled in the fight.
Okay.
I don't have greater invisibility yet.
I'm still happy to carry on through this castle, killing Duergar and stealing stuff.
Is there any more of this?
I mean, I worry about where the leader is. I mean, he's such a pansy. Running away like that. Oh, such a pansy.
My
I'm going-
guess is if he has escaped, that he's going to the place that we could really decipher in the note.
Possibly. It's a shame. It's just a shame he's such a pansy, weakling coward. Ah, how could someone?
Well, there is also this sort of passageway over here that we haven't really checked
Yeah.
out as well.
As I was thinking as well, we've came here, killed some Duergar and stolen the stuff.
Oh, no,
Maybe-
we've killed some Duergar and reclaimed some things that were stolen from
Yeah.
the town. Yeah.
That's not
like,
that's
we
not how
don't-
they're going to see it.
And I
Well,
picked out,
to be
Cherish picks out the axe and said, I think I found what I'm looking for as well. This is the axe. This is, I'm assuming this is what is claiming my birthright.
well,
It's the,
I'm sorry, Jack.
it's the same axe that was in my so-called father's portrait painting.
oh,
Well,
birthright is-
My worry is if that we leave and we've leave some Duergar here, they're just going to come back at us, or indeed the town.
They could come after the towns, but they could come in like in greater numbers and then attack the town.
So if we're here, we're in, we've killed a few of them, maybe we just try and do a clean sweep. And
I'm gonna. Brim is sort of, but kind of makes a bit of a disgusted face as I think the corpse is still burning, and goes over and just kind of like, pats out the fire, just before
Oh.
the whole of the beard was consumed, so it doesn't end up smelling like fried hair in here.
You put out the Duergar body.
Well, it's festive.
If we can either go through the entire thing and kill and steal more, or we can leave. What do you want to do? We have everything from the.
How's everyone feeling? I mean, I know that Cherish took a smack or two from the ogre, and so how are we doing health-wise and stuff? Is really.
How is everyone feeling?
Generally,
100%.
I've still got a few cuts and bruises.
I'm good. Spells are getting a little hairy, but it was I'm good.
I've got a heal in the tank, but I'd like to save it for something drastic, I guess.
AJ confirms that their spell slots are basically gone, but pulls out a rapier that they can use as a backup.
I've got
Black
second
Iron
ones.
Blade.
Well, I'm happy to go. I just as long as we're aware of the situation that we've left people here who could be very angry with us and seem quite happy killing and having zombie ogres.
In which
Just
case,
so,
shouldn't we not be here?
The thing is, though, I don't know how many people are in here, and if we leave and after ransacking the place, I'm worried that more might come back.
Well,
out
then-
and ransack the town.
All right, so shall we do a sweep of it all before we go then?
Having
If we're
checked
worried
this,
about leaving people here.
Well,
check
might
out
be a
this
lot of
last
valuables
corridor.
back. Yeah, there could be loads of
two.
valuables in here that could re.
2 corridors. We've got
there's
we've
one
got,
over.
we've got this one and we've got this one.
Oh. Well, I'm happy. I think we should check both out. Yeah.
How about we split up and look at
Let's not be too hasty about that.
Yeah.
I don't.
There's no good way to split this party as well.
Right. Shall we go down that way? And if there's nothing, we go back.
Aye, sure.
All agree? Yeah.
So you start heading towards the south passageway.
Oh,
Oh.
What are you? What are you?
This chamber appears to be a cell block, lined with stone doors that have small barred windows set into them at dwarven eye height.
Well, that's inconvenient.
Snow
very
and
Don't know what
wind
you mean.
enter the room from a barred window in the northeast corner that looks out over the snow-covered bunker that guards the main entrance.
What is these bits here? Are like windows?
They're doors with a barred window in.
Okay, what the hell am I seeing then?
we move AJ in here.
One sec.
Sure.
The look in the picture of it looks very obscurely scary.
You are seeing a section where I've apparently forgot to put a wall.
Ah. Never mind.
There we go.
Never mind. We see nothing.
We see nothing.
Well, let's open the door.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Could we check to see if anyone's in these cells?
There are windows at dwarven eye height that you can slide open the little.
I do that. And
Yeah, I think we go off and
Yeah, we'll just all take
yeah.
the door too.
Okay. I'll start over with Brim and Carrion. Brim, you conveniently your height slide a little window open, look inside, and see an empty cell.
It's empty.
Carrion, you sort of crouch down and slide open the little window thing, and you also see an empty cell.
Empty.
AJ
Couple around on my knees.
AJ's going to go over to this one, apparently. Snicket,
Hello.
At about your height as well, dwarves and goblins about the same height, you slide open a little cell. Which one are you looking in first?
I'll go this one here.
There's an empty cell.
Yay! Nothing
I don't know why. I got a sneaky suspicion there'll be something different in this cell. I don't know what it is. It's
You slide open the other cell door window thing, and there is a humanoid figure in it. Mushrooms growing out of their skin.
Hello?
Ah,
Hello?
Snicket, what have you found?
I don't know, this guy covered in mushrooms.
Shut it. Shut it. Shut the viewing thing. Shut the viewing thing immediately.
Face looks funny.
Don't breathe. I recommend you take it. You shut it. You take a couple steps back.
Cherish will immediately like charge over and shut it.
Oh.
It's that. Do you remember when the? Well, he told us to. Well, he told. I guess it's still weird because Dax and AJ still look like Duergar. The boss told those two to throw us in the mushroom chambers.
Oh. Oh.
That's what it is.
I wouldn't want to.
And if they're
I
mushroomy,
wouldn't want to.
it stands to reason.
Moves away lightly.
I mean, is there anything we can do to help that person?
I
They're
think
covered
it's
in
long
mushrooms.
gone
The door just shakes as if something has hit it.
now. Yeah, that sounds like they're long gone. Cherish is gonna move back. I'm assuming half of them is those mushroom things.
Do you
Anything in it? Oh, sorry.
do you continue to look through window things?
Cautiously.
Yeah.
Dax, you slide the window open and there is a humanoid figure covered in mushrooms.
Hello? Shut the window.
Brim, same. Humanoid covered in mushrooms.
Shutting that. And let's not tempt fate.
But what are they doing here? What's the point?
Mindless. I don't know. They're mushrooms. And they've taken over. They look like they've taken over that person's body. And also, that one was slamming against the door to the cell. I imagine they aren't very friendly.
I mean, they could just be like, throw prisoners in here to make them attack dogs.
I could do.
As if they're aggressive.
And maybe these two over here are just for keeping regular criminals? Or, well, what, prisoners, I guess?
Well, maybe.
Regular ones, or making after they've made more mushroomy guys. Fun guys! They're fun guys.
Yeah, fun guys. We should let them out.
No.
Should we check down or up these stairs? I'm not sure which way this is going.
Up the stairs.
Stairs it is.
Could I, at the top of the stairs, sort of just like listen out to see if anything to hear if I can hear anything?
Yes, roll me a perception check to see what you listen out for.
I'll do the same thing.
Okay.
Hey.
Dax. Actually, you know, you're both here. There is the heavy sound of dwarven snoring from these two rooms.
I shall relay this to the group so everyone's aware.
Right. Best be quiet then.
Stealth rolls.
As you
Should we roll stealth check?
As you start to head into the room, if you're going to try and keep stealthy and quiet, could I get stealth checks, please?
I'm going to stay on the.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
That was almost a 1 on my screen.
Okay. Is that everybody moving in?
No, sorry, I can't bring up stealth on my sheet. It's not big enough.
Oh, bollocks.
Oh. Cherish.
You
And you're
can't
at disadvantage, aren't you?
roll down?
No, it just seems to stop.
Pop it out of the
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I always did originally, but then it wouldn't sort of transfer over. We'll try now.
either that or you could just physically, well, not physically roll.
Roll
but
me a d20 plus 3, will do it.
Yeah.
Meryl? Is she awake? Is my baby girl awake? Hello?
We've got some stealth there. I'll take your first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not to be that guy, but doesn't Cherish roll at disadvantage for stealth?
I'll roll again.
I mean, that's
Because I
only a
thought they were
four.
wearing heavier armor.
I believe they are, yes.
Do it again. Yeah, so the 4.
Once again, Tanny, just to remind you, if you hover over your rolls, you get the plus and minus buttons.
Oh, I need to roll. Am I?
There you go. Clank,
Go.
clank, 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 clank.
Gale mail?
I believe scale mail is the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye 20. Yeah. 19. Sorry. Seen it? Bad.
Okay. You start sneaking into the room. And, no, that is Brim. Give me the... Sorry, just need to grab the book that you've stood on.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was still on a book.
Stand on the brim.
Small rooms flanked to the north and south, 2 doors in each wall. And in the central common area, there are crates and sacks stashed up against the west wall, this side of the room. As you get into the room, all of you can hear the faint sound of snoring coming from the 2 northern rooms. Until Cherish takes a step into the room and just steps on a discarded bit of crate that has just sort of been thrown across the room, and takes an awkward step, and there is a loud clanging across their armor, and the snoring stops.
Uh-oh.
You go downstairs. Me and AJ look like Duergar.
Everyone downstairs!
Clank, clank, clank. Clank, clank, clank. Clank, clank, clank.
Blank. Does anyone come out of the room?
Please tell me that whatever Duergar comes out is wearing a floppy nightcap.
3 Duergar emerge from 3 separate rooms, all wearing armor.
And
Floppy nightcaps.
And they can see Carrion on the staircase and snick it behind him.
Oh.
Well, that's inconvenient for them.
Oh god.
Okay, and that's a hit. So a bolt of fire streams up the stairs. Which one?
Let's go for. I think I can see that one more clearly.
Okay.
Sean, just let you know, right, as you are moving your mouse, Meryl can see this and she's like trying to attack it.
Oh.
It's like, I want that thing. I want it. I want it. Just don't attack the keyboard, please, Meryl, because you will get me out.
So,
Attack the keyboard. Attack it.
See it, so she's totally going for it.
if you could be so kind as to roll initiative again.
I need your weave.
Now, I would say we're all part
brilliant.
of Cherish's family at this point.
You can't all be wielding the same axe.
But I thought was anyone in... Oh, was it just... I thought was anyone in her family gets this bonus.
No, only people in
like
her
the
family
person holding
wielding
it.
the axe.
Please.
Yep.
I'm assuming with people of her blood.
Boo.
assuming.
So if we
Yeah.
were wielding it, we wouldn't get the same advantage. But
Unless we took some of her blood.
unless we took her
I'm
blood,
I'm not
No.
the lowest. I'm not the lowest by one. I'm not the lowest.
Okay.
Me.
Cherish. You hear the doors open, the Duergar come out. You hear the sound of Carrion just going, I'm firing a fireball up the stairs.
Oh, heck. Right, let's see what I can do. Spells. Yes, now. I'm gonna try and. I'm gonna actually go in. So up to 5. Hang on, how far was I getting? Gosh damn it.
You've moved 5 feet so far.
Yeah, so. Oh, my little brother's not there anymore. So here, I'll just get there,
Okay.
and I will then cast on myself Bladewood.
Okay. Roll it into the chat. So you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Yes. And I'm ready to go.
Okay. It's this guy's turn. And he can run up to you with his war pick. He swings. And that is a 14 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
He swings, and it just... You pull the new axe and block his incoming attack. Dax.
I'm gonna run a bit further into the room, and I'm gonna say, "Help! Help! These people came into our Duergar fortress and started killing us Duergar like me." And see if they believe that.
Roll me a deception check.
I mean, this is gonna end with someone getting an arrow in the neck, hopefully.
Marilla's bapping at Dax's icon. It's funny.
Oh.
As far as you can tell, they believe what you are saying.
Okay.
They
So-
are turning their attention to the bright pink tiefling who is charged up the stairs.
So, I want to keep moving So I'm next to this guy, and I'm like sort of running up, going, help, and then stab him.
Okay. He is not expecting it, so you have advantage.
Yeah. That's the one that got hit by the firebolt, wasn't it?
That is the one that has been hit with a firebolt. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 24. Yeah, that seems a...
That definitely hits. You just sort of run up. Oh, they're attacking us, Duergar. Short sword comes out and goes in, and he looks up at you confused as to why you've stabbed him.
Yeah.
But
I got confused.
That's what you get for trusting people. And I need to add my Colossus Slayer
Okay.
feature to that, which...
So just a D8.
Ooh, 2.
2 whole points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay, Brim.
Right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna charge up the stairs and I'm gonna kick this guy in the chest.
Okay.
I'm still blown away by how smooth this is. It was almost a 20. It would have been so great.
You leap up the stairs, charging up them, taking them almost 2 at a time, leap into the air, and slam your foot into a very well-made Duergar breastplate, and nothing happens.
Other foot. Much better.
That is much better. You hit.
Nice.
After you've planted your foot in at his chest, you proceed to sweep the other foot up and kick him in the nuts.
I think for 4 points of damage, yeah, that'd be funny.
And you just land. Anything else on your turn?
I don't want to spend. I have a last key point in reserve for if any of us die.
Okay.
But I'm good. That's me.
It is Dax's friend who, looking confused at the short sword in him,
Curse your inevitable betrayal.
swings his pick at Dax. That's a nat 20.
Oh
nice.
dear.
Oh dear.
So that is 14 points of damage. Actually, I will reveal that one so that you can see. That is 14 points of damage.
That's half my hit points.
Cool.
Ow.
Yes, ow! And I was like, why are you attacking your fellow Duergar?
You have your sword in me!
It's literally still in him.
Curse your inevitable betrayal. Curse your inevitable betrayal.
You stabbed me first! Carrion.
Right, well, I feel that gentleman who's just stabbed my Dax friend needs to die.
Okay.
And I don't want to risk. I mean, that was a perfectly placed fireball, I want to say.
That was a very well placed fireball.
I don't think I've ever rolled a good fireball as well as that. I am going to instead do a magic missile.
Okay.
I want to do it at level.
Sorry, I appear to have lost all volume from you.
I'm debating whether to do a magic missile at a higher level. I'm going to do it at a higher level. Fuck it.
Okay.
So this will be.
That's the first bolt.
Good. It's another 3 bolts this time.
Yes. Each level above first gets you another bolt.
So
3d3. 3d4 plus 3. 4 bolts of magical energy.
Just
And
in
as-
slow motion.
As the two of them debate who stabbed who first.
One of them disappears.
Anything else on your turn, Carrion?
I am going to nip a little bit further down the stairs.
Okay. On AJ's turn, AJ is gonna. AJ can only see one Duergar right now.
This is true. You
So-
can only see the one.
AJ runs forward and is gonna use a rapier. And hits with a rapier. Runs forward past Cherish, swings the rapier round and stabs into the Duergar, and can now see at the very edge of their vision the second Duergar in the room. Snicket.
Well, guys, pretty much taken care of. So I'm gonna run up, and I want to see this other Duergar. Fruit is cute. And yeah, I'm gonna say hello with the firebolt.
I mean, it appears to be a common way that you try it these days.
Not like that, I'm not.
You run up the stairs, duck round the corner, let loose a firebolt that sails across the room, and just his bedroll.
His bedroll is no more. With that 10 damage, his bedroll is
Yeah, behind him, the room just.
room bursting into flames. That's
He looks over his shoulder.
Sees this picture of his wife and child burning. His equally bearded wife and equally bearded child.
Runs over, brings the war pick up, slams it down for 9 to hit.
no.
Well, I did get
Bloody
one
heck.
nat 20 this turn, so apparently that was my lot.
Can't win them all.
And it done.
Good, it's
Just in
your
time.
turn.
Good time. Wow. Cool. Okay. What's been the damage?
There's Duergar stood in front of you that's currently got a rapier in it, and Brim kicked him in the nuts.
Give me the nuts. You cannot deny the here. You cannot
This-
deny the nuts.
This room is starting to burn.
Interesting. Right. I can't use the special axe yet, can I?
You can. It's just a great axe. So
How does one
Roll.
Great.
just roll your normal greatsword and an attack, and then I'll tell you what damage to roll.
It was having a moment there. Jeez.
So it rolled it. It was like, oh no, this dice. Oh, this one.
No.
That would be your great weapon fighting thing.
Yeah. Make sure it rolls good buttons.
Well, you hit with it,
Yep.
so that's good. The great axe does a d12 damage.
Right.
So roll a d12 and add your strength modifier, which is 3.
Yeah, so I'll roll. 9, 6 I meant. With 3, that's 9, naturally.
Okay.
Sorry. No, you stay away from my cup of tea. That's very hot, young lady.
But I want it.
You swing your new great axe round and cleave through the guy, and he is looking very hurt, but he is not down yet. And in retaliation, it is his turn, and he is going to...
Wait. Oh, no, I can't, can I? I have a special action. Can I do action surge?
You can do action surge.
I'm going to do action surge.
Okay.
I'm going to smack again.
Roll again.
12.
I'm afraid a 12 does not hit.
Yes.
You swing the great axe back around for a second time, calling on your inner reserves of strength, and it just clangs across his armor.
Shit.
And in retaliation for you hitting him with your axe, he's going to try and hit you with his pick.
Poorly.
Not going to do it though, is he? 8.
They're still half asleep, I think.
Yeah, that one guy was really on the ball, but the rest of them...
He's floppy nightcap winning his eyes in that one.
Dax.
I will move... If it'll let me, I will move... so I'm in flanking.
Okay.
And then I will stab him with my short sword.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, the 11 doesn't hit, but you're at advantage, so... That one does.
So that's 7 piercing damage. And again, I get to use my colossal.
He hadn't taken any damage yet.
Had he? Oh,
he was.
I'm sure you. Yes, I'm sure you. Yeah.
He was fresh as a daisy when you stabbed him.
He's dead on the other hand. Whoa.
Can I shout out to the group as well? If we take one of them alive, we can question them and find out, what all this is about.
Your one's fresher.
Grim.
I'm always down to talk. Before I'm gonna try and punch him in the face.
Okay.
Just the one in front of me.
That just misses.
Dang. Second punch.
You go
in
out
the
for the
face.
punch.
Dang.
You go out for the first punch, and he just dodges to one side. You go for the second. He hooks your hand with the war pick, and just spins it around.
I just sort of look down at my hands, just go, what's going on?
You look at your hands and you go, feet were better.
Before, that's the end of my turn. That's all I can do.
Duergar.
Not planning on moving. You know what? Actually, I'll move here.
Okay. Duergar is on the floor dead, so he's not going to do much. Carrion.
I am going to. I could do another level 1 magic missile, but I don't want to waste my spell slots. So I'm just going to do a total dead. Hold 1 necrotic damage.
Oh, hold on.
If he doesn't make the wisdom save, otherwise.
He didn't make the wisdom save.
Takes the whole 1 damage.
However, that was a D8, so roll me a D12.
That is a D8, so I need to do the D12.
Come on, one.
5.
There's a loud ringing, and the Duergar collapses forward, blood trickling from his ears.
And then I will skip up the stairs a little bit.
AJ spins round from the Duergar they were attacking, brings the rapier round, and stabs it into the new friend.
New friend.
Snicket.
I'm going to take the bonus action, disengage, back away a bit,
Okay.
and lock and load another fireball. That worked so well last. There we go. Oh.
I was hoping for another natural one. You set another better.
How did I do that? I'm not even aiming at one.
It would have been even better if it was this bed behind it.
You fire a firebolt, and you singe the beard a bit.
Can I take that attack with the damage from the previous one?
No.
Oh.
The Duergar is gonna swing at AJ.
You can surrender.
You could surrender.
Is that a free action?
He rolled poorly, but is it poorly enough?
AJ has armor class of 15, so Cherish.
It's a moi. Alright, go up to this bitch. Realizing I'm still on, What do I still have that? Oh, let's see. And I'm going to take a swing of my axe again.
Okay, you're at advantage.
Yep. Do I
Never
have-
mind.
Oh wow,
It
never mind.
finally understood what I needed to do.
I mean, I'm not going to ask you to re-roll that as the new damage, because whatever you do, it kills him.
Yeah.
Trying to take one prisoner.
Oh. I didn't hear that.
That's a problem for other people to deal with.
That sounds like a you problem.
There are no prisoners to take.
I just thought maybe we could have gotten, find out what that smudge was.
What smudge?
The smudge on the bit of paper.
Yeah, like the key word was smudged.
Yeah, but
I mean, I
the
doubt
paper's not
they would have
destroyed.
known anyway. That was like a letter to the big head honcho man.
And it's destroyed anyway.
Yeah, but okay, but it's their location. But also, we find out why are they stealing lanterns from the town? What's the deal with these crystals they're after? Where'd they get a zombie ogre from? What's their intentions to the town?
Steal stuff. Steal stuff. Probably invade it at some point.
Well, should we loot them?
Yeah.
If you think anything survives the fire.
No, that's in this bedroom. In this bedroom over here.
Could you also put that out if you don't mind?
But it's festive.
Hang on a minute, I'll
Make it-
put the light in.
Why are we putting it out?
It's consuming a room.
Not our room.
Just walk over.
Right, true. Could leave it.
Just walk over.
Just could be
and,
stuff in there, Don't know.
Shut the door.
That's
There we go.
exactly what I was going to do.
Oh. I'll put this over here with the other fire.
Put this here with the rest of the fire. And it's like engraved into the door 0118 118
Just for the sake of seeing it, there's the fire.
That's nice.
Open the door quickly. Yep, it's still on fire.
So I'm going to loot the body of the Duergar who was next to.
Okay. On the Duergar themselves, you can retrieve a javelin from each of them, a war pick, and what armor do they wear?
I expect some sort of mail, but I don't know.
You're probably right. Yes, scale mail. So you can collect 3 Duergar scale mails, 3 war picks and 3 javelins from the 3 of them. Would you also like to loot the various rooms?
Absolutely.
Preferably before they,
Immolate.
burn up. Yeah.
You find amongst the rooms various crates and sacks that seem to have just been used as storage. Basic supplies such as blankets, rations, hempen rope. One of the sacks holds 3 daggers, a set of woodcarver's tools, and a set of navigator's tools. Another sack contains a fishing tackle, a potion of healing, and a leather pouch containing 73 silver pieces.
Ooh.
Officially, do I have woodcarver's tools? Because I have proficient carving.
If it doesn't say on your character sheet's inventory that you have it, you don't have it, but you know how to use them.
Okay, can I have those woodcarvers, please?
That would seem sensible enough. The person who can actually use them.
Go ahead.
Actually, my D&D.
Yeah, make sure if you add anything to your inventory, add it to both D&D Beyond and... I mean, D&D Beyond is the more important one, because whenever I import things, it overwrites the inventory here.
I better get that up. My characters. Cherish.
Which reminds me, I can actually go onto Cherish on D&D Beyond and give you
Things.
Netherlight.
Where would my money be?
So we would get 12 silver each from that?
12 silver with one left over.
So that's another 1 to the party fund.
Oh, keeping track.
If I were to find my money, where would that be?
Under inventory on D&D Beyond.
6 silver to the party fund. Nice.
There's a little bit at the top that has like gold and silver pieces, Tanny.
Yeah, like where it says weight
Ah!
carried, and from that is your monies.
Money. Okay, I see it. Okay.
Then you click on it, then you can put the number in and just hit add.
How many did we get then?
12.
12 silver.
12
12.
each.
Yes.
That's 32.
Okay.
32 silver, and I had 34 gold currently. I didn't have anything new. I can't remember.
Also, John, are you remembering to add the monies to AJ's?
I haven't, no. Let me do that real quick as well.
I thought I'd better remind just in case.
That is very appreciated, because I did entirely forget.
So, it was 4 gold and 2 silver before, and then 17 silver this time. Not 17, no, 12 silver.
12 this time.
So, 14 silver, 4 gold.
4 gold and 14 silver. Add. Nice.
Nice.
What would you guys like to do now?
Did you say there was some crates in here? Like, not in the specific rooms? Is that how you covered?
Amongst the rooms, there are the crates.
Ah, okay, so we've been through all
You've
that.
kind of gone through everything. You can take rations and any rope if you need to top up any ropes that you might have.
I've nabbed a dagger.
Okay.
My rope became a rope backpack that I'm pretty sure is still attached to the cauldron, so
I'll take an extra
rope.
thing.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm going to be needing anything, so I think I'm okay.
I think I'm also going to try and take a rope because, hell, if we've all got rope, then it's all good.
Who's taking the potion of healing?
That's a good
AJ.
point.
Rope add.
I'll let Amy decide if AJ picks up a rope. She's got that option. Somebody.
I know what I had a I know I had a scholar's pack, so I know I don't have rope. So
Yeah, AJ has, I believe, the entertainer's pack, which again, no rope.
I think we should give Carrion the bottle of healing because wizard.
I hold 26 hit points. I'll have you know.
I wonder who's the lowest.
Probably me.
29.
It is Carrion by 1 hit point.
Ah.
Only one. I was not expecting it to be just one.
Become probably the next one.
It's then Snicket and AJ on 27, Dax on 28, Cherish on 29, and Brim on 30 at the moment.
What the fuck? I'm one behind him?
Really close. I was not expecting that.
You're all pretty dang close.
Because the friends of family.
John,
What's that for family? Give me your axe.
Yes.
did you find any like papers or plans or books or maps or anything like that?
No, it looks like this space was just being used as general storage.
But you do find a whiteboard with our evil plan.
There's just a picture with a shark with a laser beam on it.
It's just steel lantern, bring back to keep, question mark, profit.
Profit.
Question mark.
Yeah, because like at one point these people seem to be like dealing in fairly nefarious things, and also stealing lanterns from pubs. It's like
Unless the lantern has another purpose other than the light.
Like, you know, if Lex Luthor was scrubbing for apples, you'd be like,
Who's Lex Luthor?
a very unpleasant fellow in my hometown. You know, just seems like
Not a big
villainy.
fan of outsiders, is he?
It's
He's got this obsession with green rocks and thinks they're like you can use them to beat up this other guy. It's weird.
Yeah, I had a cousin who was obsessed with green rocks, and then he tried to make armor out of it, and it exploded when he went into water.
Dumb. Anyway, can I
At one
Can I
point,
see that?
he stole 40
No,
cakes, and that's terrible.
Yeah.
I see the glowing lantern? Can I see it? Can I see the glowing lantern? Can I see it? Hey,
Karen would apparently like to see the glowing lantern.
Oh, sorry. Sure. Shows lantern.
It changes from red to blue.
I'm going to take it in my hands and I'm just going to fucking cast Identify on it.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Ritually cast or just...
I'm just casting it.
Okay.
Spell slot.
Cherish is just gonna blink at what he's doing, just like, mind blank, you just randomly blink it, like, okay.
You hold the lantern and you cast...
I've just got. It may be that it is just a snazzy color changing lantern, but it's a bit weird that they want it so badly. So
It's
I'm
a
thinking
lava
there must
lamp.
be something
It's a
about it.
motherfucking lava lamp.
It is a magical lantern that changes colour, and that is all it does.
That's all it does. That's fine. They're just making sure. That's
no, I
fine.
think that was due diligence. Well done.
It changes colour slowly between several different shades over the course of about 2-3 minutes
No, it's
on a
fine.
rotating pattern.
It's just a regular lantern. I really don't understand why they want it.
In real life, I've got something like that in real life, and it's amazing.
Yes, but that's because in real life they're cool. In this level, they're useless.
I mean, it's
in this game, it's just like you're thinking that there's something special about it, but it's just
it is
Like-
still
I'd like to
cool.
check
Like
the colour.
that's
It's a unique thing, but it's not something like, oh, if you shine this lantern on a wall, it will become a door. It's like, no, it's just a color changing light.
I would have personally thought it's something to suspect someone's chaotic level or something, like their lineage or something. So like
it
pivot
changes
towards-
to red again. It's just
yeah, like as in like the thing is though is that Cherish is true neutral, surprisingly. And I thought if it was like chaotic, good, it would be like bright colored or something, or red. Or if it's chaotic evil and you're like red. All that jazz.
Anyway, I'm
No.
done with the lantern. Here you go, have it back. Put it shove it back.
I can put it back in the bag.
just changes colors.
Though I found something that you might like though.
Hmm?
Pokes out the crystals. I found these, and they're what are they called again?
Shardalen.
Just put it in the trash.
Give that.
Should we check out the other corridor?
Shardalen.
I will take a shard of Charlotte.
I'd like to.
It's cool.
If I remember correctly, they are turned into something else.
They're malleable.
And they're malleable, yeah.
They're useful. Wait, I don't know.
Roll me
I
Arcana
don't know.
checks.
I just remember what John said, but I'd love to. I'd love to. No, I got no idea.
No, Brim has.
I only know good rocks. I don't really know that much about. We seem to be reading each other's minds.
Yeah.
So, Carrion, you would also know the things I said earlier, which is... which is...
Which is...
Despite its crystalline composition, Chardalen is malleable, making it an ideal raw material for those who can fashion items from the substance.
So like special smiths can make stuff out of it.
Yes.
Interesting.
As-
So is it? Oh, sorry.
As you hold it in your hand, it is cold to the touch.
Interesting.
Is it magic?
Is it?
In and of itself, it is not magical.
But I'm assuming could be made magical if there was a person who could enchant it. And stuff like that.
If one, it is enchantable if one knows how to enchant things.
But isn't everything enchantable?
Well,
Yes.
some. Sorry, no.
Technically, yes.
I'm piping down with my.
Some things are more readily enchantable than others.
Right. So if you wanted to make something to enchant it, you might go, this is the material you want to use.
Yes.
Got you. Right.
Anywho, cool!
Interesting.
So check out this last corridor and then...
And
Do we still have a Jeff?
I mean, it's still here.
Do you have to
Because
guess?
Snicket is still appears to be standing next to the burning door, and
Yep.
everybody else is leaving the
I mean, I
room.
was looking again.
it's
Yep,
too
on
late,
fire.
he's already dead.
Shut the doors and barricade them.
Yep. Checking to see if there's still fire in the door and still fire in the room.
What do you know? There's still both those things.
There's still fire and a room, currently a room.
Mhm.
So, Brem,
Aye.
that door that you're about to walk through opens into a large, nearly empty room with snow that has drifted in the corners and frost covering the stone walls. 3 barred openings overlook the snow-covered grounds outside the fortress.
Courtyard.
This is the bunker, isn't it, that we passed on the way
This
in?
is a area that you could see from outside that you crept past.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bunker's like down here.
The bunker is separate to
Oh.
the fortress.
No. That's...
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
Is anything in here?
No, it's mostly empty and very cold. The Duergar that originally came to greet you when you came in came from this room. And as you climb the stairs, piles of equipment are pushed against the walls of this room. The south end of the chamber, you can see an open hatch that leads to an underground route.
Ah,
This will probably be the way to the thing.
this is probably the way to.
Is it smudged?
But I'm pretty sure that one was already dead. Well, we killed him. Sorry, I don't know where my accent went there. Hold on.
We are doing the kill. Yes.
We are doing the killing. No, it's we heard the door open, and then that one Duergar.
Yeah, you think that he came all the way from the bunker back in, and then that's why he was like late.
Well, we can check.
It's a possibility.
Like, we can check.
Would you also like to loot the room with the piles of equipment in it?
Let's do the
yes.
road with
At the very
equipment.
least, go over what's in there in case you want
Yeah.
any of it.
Yeah.
Fucking trash the place.
Yeah.
This is clearly an armory. You can gain for yourselves or take back for sale if you wish. 2 suits of scale mail sized for dwarves. 2 steel shields.
Be right back, guys.
3 war picks. 9 javelins. 2 climbers kits. And 4 mess kits.
I would definitely have a climber kit.
Okay.
What's a mess kit?
One moment.
It's like a kit that's like it's got like a bowl
It
and
includes
utensils and stuff like that for eating.
Yeah.
all the silverware you need.
I kind of want that.
Tin
You've
box
already got one.
contains a cup and simple cutlery. The box clamps together, and one side can be used as a cooking pan, the other as a shallow plate or shallow bowl.
I'm gonna take that for myself. I have to add that onto my.
You do already have one.
I already have one.
If you wish to take another,
Oh, I see the mess kit. No mind. I do not take mess kit.
So there's like some various armors and things.
yeah.
I think she'll take those until. I just realised what I've just said.
Is anybody going through the underground passage?
Yeah.
Oh, we might as well. It would seem.
We're
I'll
going on an
go as well.
adventure. Might as well.
Okay.
Adventure. We're going. Oh.
You climb through. Oh. You climb through an underground passage and come up into a small bunker.
Aye, this is about how it was. Yeah, I guess that.
So
I
what happened
won.
to the leader dude then? That's pretty much what has been said on the sheet that we need to find him.
The leader sounds like he's run away.
Yeah.
I assumed
The
it was.
letter that he's got there. That's whatever
Yeah.
where he is. We can't find him because it's smashed out.
I'd assumed he was just going to like regroup.
But he's fucking starved.
So I think are we done in here? Seem to have.
I feel like we've finished here.
Are we taking any of this stuff to sell or?
Don't see why not.
I mean, it would seem rude not to.
Also, we're doing a very good public service and not leaving it here.
Yeah, like
for the
anyone.
Duergar.
Crap, you know.
What if some kids
brigands
found-
got it? What
What if children?
What if we just we're helping,
Yeah.
by taking this stuff and selling it.
What if brigand children found it?
What if brigand children dwarves found it? What if the Duergar child from that picture that Snicket burned?
For the sake of Brim and the party fund list, there is a
Yes.
list of all of the things that are in the armory.
Okay.
I don't believe anybody claimed anything from the armory in the end. Oh no, somebody claimed a climber's kit.
I took a climber's kit.
I think we should take both climbers' kits.
Yeah, how useful.
And then.
I mean, the big money things are the scale mail, shield probably, and the war picks. Javelins. Anyone who doesn't have range capability but wants range capability might be good to grab a javelin or two, but
No, I think you're right. The armor, shields, the war picks. That's probably the valuable stuff.
I think those are the big money items. I say
It'd mostly be the scale mail, I think. Although
yeah.
it's nice for dwarves. And...
It's
Yeah.
niche, but it's like there are dwarves around. No,
So at this point, do you head back towards Caer Konig and return the missing items?
Yes.
I think so,
No.
yeah.
I believe that.
Snicket, I was going to ask you, do you know how to blow this place up? Like, do you have enough, whatever it is that you have, to like blow the fortress up?
Are you serious about
I
this?
believe
I
Jeff
That might be a
BRB'd.
we are.
No. Dax, I hate.
Snicket is T-posing.
Like, that hurt.
Snicket will be like, I can cause some explosions.
Have we lost Jeff?
He went BRB for a minute.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was like, what?
You're
Just 'cause
planning
I
the
don't-
whole-
I don't want it to fall back into Duergar hands as soon as we leave.
Right, well, that's. It's a bit of a big undertaking. As small as this fortress was, it's still a fortress. You're gonna have.
I just wanted to stick it.
And it's still a
Could just-
Duergar fortress. And I know they're not quite as like fancy as dwarven architecture. It's still sturdy.
Aye.
I don't
No,
know.
it was just an idea.
It's a good idea. I don't think even Snicket with these copious amounts of explosives have enough to explode it.
It would be a lot of my supply.
I would have loved to. So
There's only so much explosives the plot bag can have.
Yes. Then absolutely, we should just head back.
Worst thing we can do is take some charcoal and make a rudimentary sign like something else is living here.
good.
Hmm.
Well, there's all those
could write
dragons.
like-
I don't have that. These hands were not made for artistic pursuits outside of cooking.
There's all those dragons that we've seen.
Ah,
the area.
so many dragons.
And I'm sure they're
Oh,
all.
man.
You
So many of them. Thank goodness we're going to have this dragon detecting armor.
You head back
That is
to Caer Konig,
We do.
and you head back to the Caer Konig, and I need to find my notes on what the heck is in Caer Konig.
We go to the Fancy Pants Light Inn.
You head to the Northern Light Inn.
That's what I said.
And Ali will see your appearance first.
Oh dear. I won't be surprised if she's mad enough to know what's happened upstairs.
Sweet.
She doesn't look best pleased at you at the moment.
If we just give her the...
Yeah, we just smile sweetly and pull the lantern out, maybe.
Yes? You be okay with this?
Seeing the magical lantern reappearing, she her expression softens.
She's no longer angry with us, she's just disappointed.
She sighs, she takes the lantern and hangs it back up from the hook at the front entrance. She turns to you and, you did a number on that room.
We didn't mean to. We were attacked.
Yes.
That is the worst I've ever had a room returned, but...
and we tried to fix it. We tried.
You've returned the lantern, and we said that you would get room and board in exchange for the lantern. Please try to not damage any further rooms.
Nope,
Of course.
we didn't need that.
I guarantee nothing.
I mean, I would say we did just storm a Duergar fortress to get that back.
And we are very appreciative.
Yes.
My sister and I are very appreciative.
Appreciation.
Just leave the building standing, please.
Well, some might say, why was someone allowed to come to our room and threaten us?
Dax, we don't have to get into this now. We know why that happened. We don't need to do this right now and either damage or incriminate us further.
I don't like.
We've stormed the fortress today. I don't know.
I don't like the ingratitude sometimes.
We wrecked a room.
We were attacked and defended ourselves.
But a hole was still put in a room.
Mm-hmm.
Circumstances notwithstanding, there's a hole in that room.
The door to the kitchen opens, and Corey comes out of the kitchen and sees you, Brim.
Aye.
Your cauldron does good work.
Aye, it does.
I suppose you'll be leaving soon, won't you?
Aye, unfortunately, yes. We have other business to attend to.
It won't be staying, will it?
No.
Not without some compensation, unfortunately.
Hefty compensation.
It's a very... I
the family heirloom.
It does very good work.
I don't think we can compensate you for it, but when you head back into one of the larger towns, they may be able to make a better offer than we can.
Well, how long? Remind me. I turn back to the party. Remind me. How long are we staying in this town for again? Now that we've squared away business.
We don't have any more business here, do we?
I don't think we do now, since we've dealt with the situation.
Oh, we need to get our armor.
I do need to get our armor.
And he does owe us a favour as well, that Dragonborn.
What kind of...
Well, I negotiated a favour.
Good.
Your favors always come in handy. Better
They
than
do.
money.
Aye.
And I will also remind you that Garrett
We do need to talk Garrett out.
is also
do.
here, and
Yeah, fine.
you are apparently taking him home. He has said that he is okay to go home, but if you have been promised a reward, then you should probably go with him.
We should probably go with it. Not to mention, we have another dwarven mercenary to track down that way anyway.
Garrett's in the same town with the very somewhat evil speaker guy, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's where Garrett lives.
We might need to.
That's gonna be.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
very
so
fun.
cool
Fucking
to do.
That's
That's gonna be great. That's gonna be fantastic. If we go back to that town.
Were we getting anything for getting Gareth back home? I thought.
We've got a reward promised. I can't remember. I think it's. Hold on. Journal.
Well, there's some sort of magic item or.
No, I think it was just. I think it might be just some scrimshaw. But either way.
I know. I did ask for another favor.
You did also ask for a favor from him.
Yeah, I did.
Husband.
You have been
favours?
promised Scrimshaw, yes.
It's going to be really nice. This favor. It's going to be really nice.
You and your favours, Dax.
Dax, why do you negotiate favors out of people?
Because I was raised by hags.
That's all.
Those aren't like soul binding, are they?
Every deal, every promise is binding. If you break your promises, if you break your deals, that's a bad way to live your life, and bad things will happen.
But no, I'm talking to you quite seriously now. Are the contracts that you make with people soul binding? As in, terrible things will happen.
Oh, no. Like,
Okay.
for one thing, if I was ever make a deal, such a deal, I would be very upfront about that. I can't get someone to agree to a deal where they don't know what they're giving up. A favor is a bit more nebulous, but it's nothing like the soul or anything. But I don't even have the power to do that. A favor is just, how they can help me in some way. But I do take it very seriously.
Of course, yeah. I'm good for favors. Yeah, good favors are good. Favors are good.
I mean, with Garrett, the favor I'm going to ask for is that they just have a happy life together. And they look after each other.
Okay, that's quite sweet. You've won me over with that one. That's quite, that's quite good.
And it's that, it's that thing from The Godfather. It might never come up, might never happen that I come and ask for it. But I know I've got favors tucked away places if I ever need them.
Just can't go around claiming.
No, I'm not collecting souls.
About this time, a silver dragonborn comes in holding a breastplate.
Thank you very much. See you.
Yes. And a favor which I still have. What was this guy's name?
This is
Trovis.
Trovis.
Yes. And you still owe us a favor, Trovis, which may be called in at some point.
I don't have a thing for that though. I can't hand you something for that.
No, I'll remember. Don't worry.
That's alright.
Was this the breastplate of dragon?
Jeff, you are really quiet. Like even more than usual.
New microphone.
New mic?
You might need to turn him up.
He's up as full as possible for me.
Can you say a word, Jeff?
There we go.
Okay. No, I can hear you.
Yeah,
okay, no, we're good. I just had to turn you all the way up.
Yep.
Yes, this is the breastplate of warning. I did look this up the other week and work out. I think the only person who can put it on and gain a benefit from it is Dax.
Really?
Dax, damn.
But I wouldn't want to wear, like, I'm assuming this would give me a disadvantage on stealth, wouldn't it?
That is a good question.
It is a breastplate. It wouldn't
Yeah.
because that's what I had. That's how I got borrowed to have a higher armor class in the last campaign. Breastplate, please. No disadvantage on stealth. It's
Yeah,
pretty
no, breastplate doesn't give you disadvantage on stealth.
Oh, well,
Breastplates don't have jangle.
Unfair.
I'll absolutely take that then.
good. See, it is also a useful piece of equipment, other than the fact that it tells you that dragons are nearby.
I also have a feature where I can do that. I can tell if dragons are nearby.
But this one's unconscious.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to do anything for this
If
one.
Dax starts
I-
glowing, you all know dragons are nearby.
Exactly.
I would have loved if this was actually if its warning wasn't just it glowed or anything. It just like started
this-
screaming wee woo wee woo.
Is this going to be like the Lord of the Rings thing where everybody sees Frodo's sword glowing even though it's in his sheath before he does?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or to see it glowing just as like orcs trying to bash the door down, as if that was helpful.
I never understand because nobody sees it glowing. Like they just like look at his sheath and go, maybe the sword is glowing. I better warn him.
Look at your sword, you bastard.
Garrett will say, Garrett, who is also staying at the Northern Light, because it's the inn in town and he doesn't live here. He informs you that he will be ready to set off back towards Targos in the morning. If you are ready to leave.
Aye, the morning sounds good.
Oh, we should also tell Trovis about the Duergar and like weird plan, like pretty much what we learned,
Aye,
Yeah.
that is a good. That's a good one.
because like we seem to have driven them off, but it sounds like that was like an outpost of, you know, a larger organization.
Aye. The Sun Drinkers or whatever it was called. What was it?
Sunblight.
Sunblight, thank you.
I mean, it sounds like there's not much they can actually do about it anyway, because they've got nothing. But
That is a very cool clan name, though. Sunblight. Ooh.
well, maybe they should have spent less time working on the name and more time being better fighters, because we kicked their ass.
We did.
Garrett informs you that the plan for the morning would be first stop traveling south around the river. The next town over is Caer-Dinevel. It'll take 2 hours to get there. And then you can either stop there for spend a day in Caer-Dinevel, set off the following day, and get to East Haven, or push it and get to East Haven just after sunset in one day.
We're heading off tomorrow morning.
Hey, if you head off sort of first light tomorrow, you can get 2 hours to Caer Koenig, and then another 9 hours after that will get you to East Haven.
That
And so
seems
it might be a bit of a push, but you'll get to East Haven in a day and a bit.
What do you guys think?
Day and a bit sounds fine.
Yeah.
For those of you who have been to who live in the 10 towns, I will give you a little bit of the information about Caer-Dinevel,
Yes, please.
just in case that may swing your opinions on whether to stop there for a little bit or not.
Oh,
In generations past, travellers to Caer-Dinevel had to follow the rocky shore of Lake Dinshire until after several hours they spied a small fortress, the care for which the town is named, jutting up from the prominence where it overlooks the lake. These days there is typically a ferry out of East Haven, but the ferry was discontinued about 2 months previously, cutting off Caer Dinevel and Caer Konig from the rest of the 10 towns, except by the overland route. Residents of Caer Dinevel are furious that the ferry service has stopped, mainly because they have not received any deliveries of mead from Goodmead, and the taverns are now empty.
Is this Goodmead home of the Goodmead?
It is Goodmead, home of the Goodmead, yes.
I hear something about a fun little rumor. A 9-foot-tall giant stole a shipment of honey mead.
As if things weren't bad enough in Caer Dinevel, the town's harbour itself has frozen over, and the town speaker Crannoch Siva, I'll give you spelling of name as well.
Thank you so much.
The town speaker is... Oh, no, just the once, please. Crannoch Siva has taken to bed and is too sick to make public appearances. The population of Caer Dinevel is about 100 people. They sacrifice food. Speaker Crannoch Siva is a human, known previously as a bully who shouts and uses theatrics to make his point. He has apparently been ill for months and rarely makes public appearances these days. The heraldry for the town is a crenellated stone watchtower on a dark blue field with a horizontal red fish facing to the right beneath the tower, representing the town's vigilance, harbour, and proud fishing traditions.
Well, if we do stop there, fancy a giant hunt?
Man,
Snicky just like starts grinning,
it'll get us good with them.
and Betsy just like comes up beep boop beep beep.
And
boop,
it's been a good while since I've had a good bottle of honey mead.
But aren't they out of alcohol? I thought that was...
Aye, but they shouldn't miss a bottle when they get it all back.
I think what you've heard there is the good mead
Oh, the good mead.
has the giant that stole
That's not here.
stole
Never
the
mind.
mead. That's
Stole the mead.
Good mead, home of the good mead.
Good mead, home of the good mead, yeah.
Not Caer Dinevel, who wishes they had some good mead, because the good mead is good mead.
The good mead is just gone.
Why the good meat?
A mind witness. Anyway.
So yeah, you have that choice, but for now, I think it's the wrapping up point. It's late enough that we can say thank you guys in the chat so much for watching. These guys have 2 weeks to make the decision of whether they stop over in Caer Dinevel or press onwards towards East Haven. But we will be back for that. So in the chat, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please do hit that follow button. It's a great way for you guys to know when we go live. A completely free way that you can support us on the channel. We have the following streams coming up, but we also have announcements first. At the end of this month, several of us are going to be at MCM Comic-Con in London. Mostly the people here at the moment, I believe, are Jeff and me. Tanny's.
That's a couple. We need more than 2 for several.
Tanny is also one of those people, but they are BRB.
Now it's several.
That's several. if you are going to be at MCM Comic Con at the end of the month, we will be there, and you can come and see us for exclusive things that we will be selling. We will also have a panel. We are going to have a D&D live game at MCM Comic Con on the creator stage on Saturday evening between 5:30 and 7 p.m, where myself, Ben, Tanny will be joined by mysterious third guest, and fourth guest is Roll the Damn Dice's Stephen Santoris, where we will be doing a live play D&D game on the stage, sponsored by or supported by Harpscore, where you can go and roll the D20 of destiny and claim a mysterious hero for yourself.
That for the first time at EGX. All the times I've been there, that's the first time I've done the Dice of Destiny.
Excellent. There you go. Roll the Dice of Destiny and gain a mysterious hero for you to play in your next game,
Hero,
as well
dice
as
set, class,
a set of dice.
race, everything you need to get a new hero.
I kind of want this jam.
Meanwhile, we have the following streams coming up. Tomorrow night, I'll be on the Minecraft server with Chris. Hopefully, this time the coal hasn't spewed out 173,000 items on the ground and killed the server. Fingers crossed. If it has, we have commands now to fix it, and we will hopefully be able to get on and actually play some Minecraft and start working on a server room for Applied Energistics 2. On Wednesday, Tanny, myself, Sean and Sean will be back with Human Fall Flat, as we are intending to throw ourselves through some new levels, as well as some more user-generated content.
Great game.
Woo!
So much fun.
On Thursday, Angel is going to be playing some more Genshin Impact. On Friday, Jeff, it's the Depths of the Black Earth.
We're back with Prince of the Apocalypse as the party continue. I want to say continue walking, but that's not true for some of them. Continue making their way
Yeah,
through
I
the
just realised.
through the Black Geode, trying to get to the Prophet and foil his plan and close the portal and do all the stuff that the heroes do.
Yeah. And then next Saturday, it is the final boss fight quiz. This month, the impactful quiz with questions about Genshin Impact. So,
I think I know someone who'd be interested in that.
I wonder
Well,
whoever chose that.
who chose that one? I don't know.
Who chose that one because they were very annoyed at what the people were saying to them.
And then I'll be back next Sunday with more Waterdeep Dungeon of the Mad Mage as the group continues to explore the current level of the dungeon, Saugarth, as they explore the mystery river underneath Waterdeep. We'll be back with all of that stuff and more. But for now, it is time to raid.
Raid.
Shadow Legends, no.
I got nobody on.
I've got Variety Gamers UK, who is doing Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward.
Ooh.
But before we do that raid, actually, I want to test a thing that Twitch has just added.
No, boo. Explosion.
I'm going to do a little shout out to my brother's stream. There we go. There's a shout out to Sir Dribbles.
Hey.
Hey.
Is he online?
No, not at the moment, but you can go follow him. He's cool. That's my brother. He does streaming. He won't be streaming this week because he's on his honeymoon, but
Really? Nice.
we're going to do a raid now over at Variety Gamers UK. Give them some love. We'll see you guys again real soon. For now, bye.
Bye.
Bye.